Hello everybody and welcome back to Manifest with Finesse on YouTube. My name is Manifesting Gaia. That is my Twitter, TikTok, and podcast. All the links are down below. And my affirmations list email is down below. And today we're going to be talking about the difference between inspired action and forced action. And before we start, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. I always forget to address these things whenever I hit them. So I put it in my notes today. I was like, make sure you thank them for 10K. I love you all so much. I don't care if you just subscribed to me yesterday or a year ago or you were my first subscriber, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for the people who comment. Thank you so much for the people who don't comment. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the people who don't interact with my content at all, but still keep up with me. Shout out to you. I am so honored that you guys have decided to take me on as your coach and your teacher, and I get so inspired and so happy whenever you guys tell me that I help you so much on your journeys, and I hope that we continue to grow. We continue to grow so much. Thank you for your consistent support and advice, and I hope you guys know that I'm here whenever you need. 365 days a year. I'm always here to assist and support you. I never have any ill intentions, and I want us all to be living the life of our dreams in happiness and abundance and love and peace and prosperity, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for 10,000. I love you. So back to this topic. Every single day, y'all are trying to find new ways to mess with the middle. Y'all are trying to find new ways to mess with the 3D. It's sick. It's honestly sick. I'm going to say this right now. Taking action is not necessary to manifest a desire. Taking action is not a requirement for your desire to manifest. You can make money in your bed. You could find love on your couch. You could get a career opportunity in your basement. You do not have to leave your house. You do not have to leave your bed. If you can get yourself into the identity, if you could get yourself to identify with the person who already has X desire, the world has no choice. How many times do I have to tell you? It does not matter if it takes one person or 100 million people. Everybody will come together to aid you in giving you what you want. It does not matter where you are, what you're doing, if you're doing nothing, if you're doing everything. Like, if you are identifying with it, you have to receive it. There is no circumstance on this earth that can get in between you and a desire. Whether you want to believe that or not, up to you, but that's what it is. If taking action worked, okay, all coaches say this, like waitresses, janitors, construction workers would be millionaires. If taking action worked, every single person who started a business, no business would fail. Every single person that started a business, it would work. They took action, they started their business, they got their inventory, they made their website, and it still failed because action does not guarantee results. Who even put that in your mind? I understand society put that in your mind. You have to work hard, you have to go out there, you have to grind, hustle culture, all that. No. If that worked, like, none of this would be here. Manifestation wouldn't even be a thing. It would all be just go out in the 3D, try to force it to happen, it'll happen. That's not how it works. So what is inspired action versus forced action? Inspired action, and I'm going to use an example. So let's say you live in Texas. You live in the rural parts of Texas, meaning you live in the farmland area. There's not really any shops close by, gas stations. You got to drive like 20 minutes for the closest grocery store. Like, you live basically in the middle of nowhere. And let's say for some reason, whether it's work, whether it's visiting family, you have to drive into Houston, which is the biggest city in Texas. So let's say it's the end of the day and you are driving on your way back home, and every single day you have the routine of after you leave work, you go get Starbucks. You stop to get Starbucks, right? So let's say you're driving home, and because it's a habit, it's a habitual routine, your brain is wondering, okay, I'm supposed to get Starbucks at this time where it's at. So you're like, okay, I want Starbucks. I want to find the closest one in this big city and go get some. Let's say you're a big drive-through person. If you pull up to a Starbucks, you always go through the drive-through. You don't like to go inside. You like your stuff quick, go in and out. But let's say for whatever reason, whether the line's really long or whether you've been driving for a few hours and you want to stretch your legs, whatever excuse, maybe you need to make a phone call, you get out the car and decide to go into the Starbucks rather than go through the drive-through like you usually do. And when you walk in this Starbucks, who do you see? Your celebrity specific person you've been manifesting in this Houston that you're like 2-3 hours away from. This is inspired action because you did not purposely do things to see them. You did not start your day saying, they say this restaurant in this city is the biggest restaurant where all celebrities meet and hang. I'm going to sit there from opening to closing and see if I run into any celebrities. Even if it's not my celebrity SP, maybe I'm lucky enough to even meet a D-list celebrity celebrity, or you did not say, let me go on social media and text a fan page of my favorite celebrity and see if they know what city they're in, and I'm gonna buy a plane ticket to whatever city. I don't care if it's Brazil, I don't care if it's LA. I'm gonna buy a plane ticket and hopefully run into them. Doing all that doesn't make sense. Why would you have to spend money to meet your celebrity SP? Why would you have to waste an entire day hoping to meet your celebrity SP? That is not inspired action, because you're doing things hoping for a specific result, trying to force a specific result. Why would you have to message a random account to find out about their whereabouts? If you're manifesting meeting someone, have you ever ran into someone in public and had to stalk them and to find out where you are? No, you just run into them doing your regular day things. In the example I just gave you, you didn't have to coerce your 3D. You didn't go out of your way. You get Starbucks every day anyways. The only difference was you got out the car and didn't go through the drive-thru because circumstances presented themselves that made you decide to do something different. And there was no intention behind it. There was no underlying intention of, oh, I'm going to do this to force my 3D. You didn't get out the car because, oh my God, I know my favorite celebrities in the Starbucks. You got out the car because I need to stretch my legs. I need to use the bathroom. I need to walk around. The inspired action was going inside the Starbucks rather than going through the drive-thru. That's it. It was not anything else. And the problem I see a lot with people with low self-concept, right? Let's say they hear that success story from somebody, and let's say they're manifesting meeting their celebrity specific person. They internalize it and they try to make that success story theirs. They're like, okay, I just saw somebody meet their celebrity SP in the Starbucks because they decided to skip the drive-thru and go inside. So now every time I go through a restaurant, I'm not going to go through the drive-thru, I'm going to go inside. And then they try to force that to be their success story. Your success is not somebody else's. You cannot force somebody else's success story to be yours. Get it in your head, get it in your self-concept that your manifestation cannot pass you by. If you are truly identifying with having it, if you are not focusing on 3D, if you are fulfilling yourself every single time with the self-talk that implies that you already have it, that you are powerful, that you are the operant power, it does not matter if that person decided to, you know what, I'm just going to stick it out and go in the drive-thru anyway and not go inside, even though their celebrity SP was there. It does not mean that they would have never met them. It does not mean they have to wait another 3 years now because they missed that one opportunity. In a world with infinite realities, there is no one opportunity. There is no such thing as missing your manifestation. There's no such thing as passing your manifestation by. I don't care if you're manifesting a specific person and they finally call you and you missed their call and now you're mad. Do not be upset. Stop putting all your energy into the 3D. Stop putting it into that one occurrence. Like, oh my God, I missed their call. I'm going to be mad. Manifestation doesn't work. It's because you have the desire on the pedestal. It should be a normal occurrence that they call you anyways. It should be a normal occurrence that your celebrity SP just keeps going to the places that you're going because you're manifesting them. Like, get used to the good experiences. Like, it should be normal. It shouldn't be, oh my God, I didn't get to meet Rihanna in the Starbucks, I'm never going to see them. It should be, of course they were there. Maybe I missed them today, but they're going to keep showing up where I am until I finally get the chance to meet them. Of course this person called me. I don't have to call them back and be like, oh my God, what'd you want? It's normal that they call me, and they're going to keep calling me and keep calling me and keep calling me until I pick up the phone, because I am amazing, because I'm a main character, because I don't have to chase. If it happened once, it can happen a billion times. So forced action is basically what I just said, okay? Like, if you're manifesting money, but you're not identifying with it, because if you're trying to force a certain result in your three-dimensional reality, you are not identifying with having it. You're not in the wish fulfilled. You're not, no. So forced action would be, okay, I'm trying to manifest money. I'm trying to manifest $200. And then you call your mom and ask her to Cash App you or Venmo you or PayPal you. And she does. And you're like, I manifested $200. That is not manifesting. You went and forced your 3 days. Because you can't ask your mom for $200 every day. Like, it just will not be sustainable. Like, you want this 200 or however much every single day or every single month or every single week, right? You cannot do that every day. You cannot call your mom to give you money every single day and call it manifesting. That's not what it is. If you're manifesting a specific person and you're blocked and you make a fake account on social media and catfish them and then DM them and then they respond to you and you're like, oh my God, I manifested my SB to text me. That's not manifesting. Because first of all, if you have to go and be inauthentic to receive something, your self-concept is in the trenches. That is not manifesting. You know that's not manifesting because that wasn't even you. If you don't have the self-concept that allows you to receive something authentically as who you are, you need to work on seeing yourself as chosen, wanted, first choice, first option, first pick, gets everything they want, because your self-concept is the opposite of that. Especially when I was coaching at the time, people would always ask me, should I text my specific person? Okay, obviously the answer is no, but I never straight up said no. I want you guys to understand why the answer would be no. I just don't want to be no and then you're like, okay, because then you're still fighting the urge because there's no comprehension. My job is to make you guys to understand. So I would never straight up say no. I would always say, I'm going to let you decide, but ask yourself these questions, and when you answer, you will know what the answer is, because I'm not going to sit here and keep spoon feeding you guys. You should know the answer, because 99.9% of the time the person manifesting wants their SP to reach out to them. They don't want to reach out to them. If they wanted to reach out to them, they wouldn't even be manifesting them. Like, if you really didn't care, you wouldn't even be here. Like, you wouldn't even be asking or commenting. So I'd ask them, well, first of all, do you want to be the one to reach out, or did you want SP to reach out to you? If the answer is the latter, like, why are you even reaching out to them? Number two is the only reason why you want to reach out to them is because you want to be in communication with them, because you are so focused on 3D and accepting your current 3D that you cannot just go in your imagination and fulfill yourself and know that your imagination is your true and only reality. Number three, if you do text them and they don't give you a specific response, like if you just text them, hey, I've been thinking about you, and they're like, okay, would that potentially make you spiral? Would you feel worse than you did before you texted them? Like, would them not saying a specific response or them responding a specific way, just like being like, okay, or them leaving you unseen or them leaving you in red, like, would you feel worse about that happening than before? Because that is a huge possibility, because your self-concept clearly sucks. And after like sitting down and getting real with themselves, everybody, like, I've never had a person that's like, okay, I still want to do it. Like, no, I wouldn't feel like that. No, my self-concept isn't low. It's always like, you're right. Like, I'm not going to reach out to them. Like, because that is messing with the mental, that is coercing the 3D, that is trying to force a certain outcome. If you do go and text your specific person and they respond, they haven't changed though. I don't care if you literally text them and you're like, oh my god, I saw you yesterday at the happy hour at the bar and you looked amazing, and they're like, thank you, you too, and then you guys don't talk anymore, you guys go back to no communication, nothing changed. Like, yeah, you got that hit of dopamine that you've trained your brain to, because you put them on the pedestal so much that you've trained your brain to like, oh, when they text me, it's a reward. When they text me, oh my god, I just need to know they're there. Okay. Or you know, you're going and forcing your mom to send you $200 on Cash App because, oh my god, I received money. Okay, I don't care if it didn't come from me. I don't care if I didn't manifest it. It's like you're trained to like need that dopamine. So when you're not receiving it on a consistent basis, you are uneasy because your self-concept is low and you need to regulate your nervous system. Deep breathing, meditation, shamanic shaking, cold showers, literally anything else but forcing your 3D. Kim Velez said it best. Break the habit of being attached to circumstances and looking at them as if they're the ones determining whether you're getting what you want or not. Stop chasing. Stop chasing. Stop chasing. Chasing is the lowest self-love, self-worth, self-concept thing that you could do. Not even you like chasers. Like, I've never seen anybody, I don't care even if their self-concept was low and they were having trouble in like the love department. Every time I see that, especially from y'all be having low self-concepts, y'all be struggling with your SPs, y'all be like, everybody always reaches out to me but him. Everybody always chases me but him or her. I'm always getting asked or hit on by everybody but them. Exactly, because even though these people are in your face, you don't want that energy. You don't like that energy. It's not attracted to you. You're trying to go into the chasing energy. First of all, you don't belong there. If anybody doesn't belong there, it's you. You are the main character. You are the operant power. You are a master manifester. You do not do those things. When you understand this period, you don't do those things. Point blank. You don't even like chasing, so why are you trying to put yourself in a chasing energy / situation? So that's why I like to say you don't even need to take action when you're manifesting, because inspired action won't feel like action, because it's not something you're forcing yourself to do. It's not something you're doing with the hope of a specific outcome. It's not something you have in your mind that says, my manifestation isn't here, and if I do this, then maybe I'll get it. It's none of that. No hidden intention behind what you're already doing. It'll feel normal, or it won't feel out of the way, or you won't expect anything from taking this action. I've seen people get career opportunities from just going into shops and being stopped by random people. I heard this story secondhand, but I heard that Dr. Joe Dispenza's son, he wanted a job, and he went to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was basically like, yo, dad, I want a job. And Dr. Joe is like, conjure up the feelings you would have if you already have the job. Conjure up the feelings you would have if somebody gave you your dream job. Know what you want, list the attributes, list the salary, list all you want, and then how would you feel knowing you had the job? That's all you need to do. Focus on that feeling and go back to that feeling as much as possible. So he did that, and he did that, and he did that. And I'm pretty sure he went into like a surf shop, and somebody offered him a job with everything he wanted, a good salary and a good location. Boom. He didn't have to go apply. He didn't have to go find the job. He didn't have to sit there on Indeed or LinkedIn or all these career sites. Angus Cloud from Euphoria, one of my favorite ever stories ever. So if you watch Euphoria, you know Angus Cloud, he plays Fezco in Euphoria. If you don't even watch Euphoria, Euphoria was a really popular show last year and the year before. Like, it's a popular show. It stars Zendaya. She's making $1 million an episode. Like, the show is that good. It's an amazing show. So if you watch it, let me know in the comments. And who's your favorite character? I'm a Maddie girl. Anyways, so basically, obviously, everybody else had to audition and apply. Like, Zendaya was already an actor, Alexa Demi was already an actor, Sydney Sweeney already actors. Like, these are people that had to go to the casting calls. They had agents, they had managers, they were in the acting world for over a decade already. Specifically, Angus Cloud. He was not. He had never even done commercials, not as a child, nothing. He had never done anything acting before. He was working in a restaurant as a waiter. Somebody comes in the restaurant to eat, and you know, Fezco or Angus is just walking around doing his job. The person approaches Angus Cloud and is like, hey, have you ever acted before? And Angus is like, no. And the person's like, well, you know, HBO is filming this new show. It's called Euphoria, and I think you'd be perfect for the character Fezco. And she's like, can I give you my number? You can call me if you're interested. First of all, Angus doesn't even believe it's real because this was before they even started filming. So he has never acted before, thinking he's gonna work on this in this restaurant till I don't know. So he thinks about it for like a day, a couple days, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna call. So then he calls, and she's like, oh my god, I've been waiting for you. He basically goes to audition, books Fezco, and I couldn't find the exact amount that he makes per episode online, but it's 6 figures per episode. It's between $150,000 to $250,000. Had no intention of being an actress, did not think this would happen. He was just going to work. It's not forced action to going to work. He was already gonna do it, right? His life just changed. And if you watch Euphoria, and you watch like Fezco and you watch Angus Cloud, like, he's not acting. Angus Cloud plays himself in Euphoria. It's like The Rock Johnson. Like, he doesn't have to act. He plays himself. So it's like he didn't even need to take acting classes, none of that. Now he's on all these commercials for designer brands and goes to all these designer fashion shows. And he was just a person in their early mid-20s working in a restaurant. And what I need you guys to understand is, even if he called out that day, even if he didn't go to work that day, he still would have had an opportunity like that to change his life. He was not meant to work in that restaurant for the rest of his life. He was not meant to struggle to make money. He was not meant to struggle to live. The universe would have keep putting opportunities in his face. People would have kept meeting him. That girl didn't go to the restaurant to cast people, to find people for Euphoria. That's what they have auditions for. Okay, he didn't even have to audition. She just knew in her heart of hearts he would be perfect for this character. Like, it's not a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences. The whole world will shift to give you what you want. But if your focus is action, if your focus is the how, you are too focused on the 3D. You are letting the 3D control you, and that is low self-concept. If you're living in the end, or you practice wish-fulfilled work, then you should already have it. And if you were to already have it in your mind, you would not be wondering, what actions can I take to get this thing? Because number one, we're not trying to get anything. And number two, you're wavering. If you are in your mind like, okay, I have this dream career, or I have this desired appearance change, and then you go out to the world or go out to the mirror and you're like, I don't have it, you're wavering. It's hot and cold, or it just will be no results because you keep telling your mind 2 different stories. Your mind does not have eyes. If you say, I met my favorite celebrity, I am working for Euphoria, I got my desired job in a surf shop, like, somebody's gonna approach me with my desired job, you will run into them. you will get the job. You will get the job. Opportunities have to fall in your lap, but that's the self-concept you have to be in. The only action you need to take is all mental. You need to work on reprogramming. You need to work on changing the stories. You need to work on changing your self-identity. You have enough work to do up in here that you should not be worrying about work to do out here. Because this is just a reflection of the work. If nothing is changing, you have a lot of work to do in here. Even if you're not a wish fulfilled type of person, you like manifesting in steps, I don't care how you like to manifest. There's 6,000 ways to manifest. No matter what you're doing, your focus should never be out here. Tell me one way of manifesting that puts the focus on the 3D, on taking action. Absolutely none of them. So there's no excuse why you're focusing on out here. You won't even have to take action. It will literally fall into your lap. There are infinite ways for it to unfold, for it to happen. And you trying to sit here and count the ways is mathematically impossible. You can't even count to infinity. Okay. So number one is whenever you're like, how, or I have to take action, think of the amount of ways it could happen. So if you want your dream job, think of the amount of ways it could happen. Maybe you end up going on a date with the owner of the company. Maybe you become friends with the owner of the company. Maybe somebody walks in the street where offers you the job. Maybe somebody goes to your current job and really likes your vibe, offers you the job. Wait, maybe, okay, you already applied and they just call you. They just email you, even if you got rejected. Maybe they mixed you up your application with somebody else. Maybe after consideration, they reconsidered you because you keep telling yourself, I'm chosen, I'm wanted, I'm picked. So the action has to happen on its own. You have to be telling yourself, whenever you're questioning, how is it happening? It's happening now. The second you desired it, it started working. It has already been delivered to you. Stop moving with the 3D. Stop moving with the 3D. It has already been delivered to you. See the 3D as a treadmill, right? And if you want to change the speed or change the incline, you have to change the buttons first. Okay, the 3D is not moving on its own. You don't have to take action. So the little buttons changing the speed, changing the incline is you changing your self-concept and your identity and how you view this thing. And then when you change that, 3D has to move on its own. You don't have to manually undo the treadmill and like push like the tread thing and do it yourself. It's not manual. You literally just go in your mind. That's it. Nothing more for you to do. Work on the self-concept. There are infinite ways, but you won't even receive it one of those ways if you are not identifying with it, if you're not letting yourself get out of your own way. That's it. And with that being said, that is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you can have anything you want in this universe. Nothing's too big, small, wide, or expensive. I believe in you. You should believe in you. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!